Yes, become a gatekeeper. Yes, become the master of your reality. Yes, become the black and white. Become all friends. You can keep a gate or you can bring the gate open. You can even remove the gate in case you wanted to know. There doesn't have to be a gate. Some feel like there's a need for it. Why? Why do we feel the need for fences and gates and boundaries? Is it because we have not learned to respect the boundaries of others? Yes, brutal force has came into play with lack of respect to others' boundaries. Yes, having mutual respect for those who carry the flesh is a lesson that mankind has had to learn for a long time. One of the things I was shown in the higher realms was basically like an image of the Darwin theory with the monkeys. In the beginning, we were actually very smart. And when we moved away from the solar system center towards the dark ages, yes, because a lot of the natural medicine keepers and those of the zodiac information, because they were whittled out and the population decreased throughout that time, which there were influx of population increase and decrease, and then the natural age of man, it was a lot longer in the beginning. Yes, and it has a lot to do with the tuning of our bodies. We kind of tune each other's bodies. This is why you should, create your own sacred space and your own aura and your strong energy field around yourself, so you're not affected as much by others' energies, because we are all on a grid together. We're all like walking balls of static. But yeah, I wanted to talk about that wall. The wall, in a sense, is the hymen, you guys. And the hymen is likened into a gate also. Even when you join the spiritual mindset, I've seen others teach in their spiritual communities about piercing the veil, between the material and the spiritual realm. And what I want to say about all of this is that you're always connected to the other side. There's no need to pierce something. There's never been a door. See, this is where mankind, I feel like, makes a big mistake in their thinking, is they think that there are divisions because they have placed divisions. But at the same time, there are no divisions. Okay, so we must realize this all the time. The door is always open because, in a sense, you don't reign the house. You do, but you don't. You are gifted an experience here, and you have entered into someone else's house, and you're using their technology when you are here. Just so you know, you may inhabit this body. This body technically belongs to you, yes, but at the same time, it was created for you by a creator. You must understand, he does have very high intel when it comes to his creation. And especially when you're talking about gatekeeping, the gates. And you need to understand, he is the gatekeeper. Yes, but at the same time, it is you. It is you, friend. You are the gatekeeper. For me, there is no gate when it comes to like the spiritual side of material versus spiritual. Here in this reality, I do have a fence. And I do have a gate, yes, around my house. And I do like these because, number one, they're like decor, but number two, they do provide a sense of protection. Why do we feel like we need this kind of protection, you guys? It's because not everybody's at the same level mentally. There's been so many programs filtered into the system. And you need to understand a lot of these programs are actually just about 100 years. Now, there's some that are like 2,000 plus years old. The Saturn Square stuff is like thousands and thousands of years old, you guys. It goes all the way back to the beginning. Many people don't understand this. This is why I teach you that English is from the beginning. You must understand all the languages come from beginning, and then they roll out in due season. They roll out in time. Yes, and this is all for the grand package of communication for the area. So you understand the high intel of the system that is here. In the beginning, there was just one language that was all spoken. Okay, now Aquarius is a new beginning. So English is a part of that one language because it is the most predominant language on the earth. It is the one language that all speak here. So it is going to bring us back to beginning. This is why it is a grand codex. I try to relay the codex just by simple connection of letters to numbers. We know the letters and we know the numbers, and we were taught that they work separate from each other, but they do not. They do not. Yes, and even in the planets' names, they carry a codex too. So I felt in a video that I'm planning on doing, we're going to do the zodiac. We'll do all the math on the zodiac together with just the zodiac signs, and then we'll do the math, fire, earth, air, water, spirit. We'll do that together, and then we'll do the math on the planets again. So you can see those numbers and see how they relate to names, yes, in your Bible. Because this is going to help you understand that your Bible is actually astrology. You need to know astrology to understand it better. Okay, and then the numbers do come into play with the astrology. You measure degrees. Yes, and then you use your shapes to pinpoint. Like you got your trines and you got your square. Then you have to keep a track what's been rewound or gone into retrograde. You don't have to do this, though. I keep pointing this out to people. It is like a mental thing. It's already taking place without your awareness if you're not aware of this. But at the same time, this is how you are guided by means of faith with your string in time. Your string is likened unto the great loom of the circle. Yes, because all the planets are your strings, and they are weaving together, creating tapestries in the grand dream catcher that is the sacred circle of the wheel. Likewise, because you are the 39 angel, this will show you that you are also the stringed instrument, your grand thread. Yes, because your grand thread, because it's all the planets working together to create the singular thread from a higher perspective, because you're the grand spider that comes down and weaves your web in time with the planets. Then you go back up and you see your string. You're the stringed instrument that's playing, yes, on the playing field in the beta world. You could see this as an alpha too. This is why if you look at your birth chart from the perspective of a 3D image, or a 2D image, you can see that you are the perspective of the higher one who can see your tiny dancer down there dancing in your zodiac birth chart in current time. Yes, it's your own personal weather. That's your personal weather. If you want to know what it's doing, you can go and look at this. You can even do the math on your planets, on what your age is on those other planets. Isn't that neat?